That's why, look, so many times it's like, I don't understand how, well, I guess I can understand it because people are not analytical thinkers. Y'all don't really think right to be able to speak right, to act right. It's no, it's not something that I'm just putting you down when I say that, but it's the truth. Because how many of you have thought about the fact that y'all reading Paul's writings? Paul, his name was Saul. He was putting people to death that called on Ha Mashayach Yahawshi. That's all they would say. He was putting them to death. He was against in the name of Mashayach Yahawshi as Saul. He came on the scene later. Acts the 9th chapter. Come on. We in the Gospels here. Paul being trained in the greatest colleges that we had as a Pharisee. The ones that said crucify him and put him to death. That's who he was rolling with. So Ha Mashayach Yahawshi not dropping under Paul's writings. Because Paul, when you read about Paul, he had Ha Mashayach Yahawshi had to meet him on the road to Damascus to convert him. To suffer for Ha Mashayach Yahawshi. Come on. Look, Luke 24 and 44. We are obedient, but you got to be obedient to know the mind we're supposed to have. That's the mind of Ha Mashayach Yahawshi. Look what he said. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which was written in the law of Moses, right? And in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. So where you see Paul's writings at in that? He's on the earth. That's why I said a lot of y'all don't have the mindset to read the Bible and go to the time he's speaking. That's real simple. He showed them himself in the law of Moses. He showed himself in the prophets. He showed himself in the Psalms. Right? Then what happened? Verse 45. Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures. You see? When he showed himself, where? Where is the law of Moses? What part of the Bible is the prophets? And what part of the Bible is the Psalms? It's the Old Testament. Because that's all he went by. That's all he opened up when he went to the synagogue. That's all anybody opened up. Come on. This is not, don't take a rocket science and figure this out, but when you're looking at trying to be so deep and looking at trying to figure out what Paul's saying and Peter and all, Peter is sitting right under him learning. Look, Acts 13:15. This is what they read from. Mashayach Yahawshi, he already sent it to the right hand side of the Most High. Paul is being converted. Look what he said. Acts 13:15. And after the reading of the law and the prophets, where's that at? In the New Testament? After the reading of the law and the prophets, the rulers of the synagogue sent unto them, saying, ye men and brethren, if you have any word of exhortation for the people, say on. See, then Paul, the one y'all want to believe in, that you don't understand his writing, stood up and beckoning with his hand, said, men of Israel. Is he talking to everybody? No, he's talking to men of Israel, period. You can't put no other nation there. Men of Israel, and ye that fear the Most High, give audience. The power of this people of Israel, who is he? The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob, the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, chose our fathers and exalted the people when they dwelt as strangers in the land of Egypt, in captivity under the Egyptians. And with an high arm brought he them out of it. That high arm was Ha Mashayach Yahawshi, the top angel of the Most High. You see, and he's telling the story about what we went through. You see, where? In the New Testament? No, he's going back to the Old Testament in the law of Moses, man. Come on. Y'all gotta look at a bit more deeper into the thoughts of what you're dealing with, man, because this is serious. We're in the last days. And we got to have this. It's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. This is what he fulfilled. Acts 3:18. He said he come to destroy the law, but to fulfill, or the commandments, or the prophets, but to fulfill, this is what he fulfilled. Acts 3:18. Ha Mashayach Yahawshi. But those things which the Most High before has showed by the mouth of all his prophets, that Ha Mashayach Yahawshi should suffer, he hath so fulfilled. Right? So those things that the prophets had prophesied of the Mashayach Yahawshi, that's why he said he showed himself where? In the law of Moses. And where else? In the prophets and in the songs of himself, or how he should suffer. So the prophets definitely is a mystery to a lot of people because they don't know. A lot of look, the prophets had this in them. 1 Peter's 1, the first chapter, and we're going to look at verse 10 and 11. This is the prophets of where? The Old Testament. Like I'm telling you, there is no New Testament. There's only the law and the prophets. Period. When anybody walked the earth, that's written about in this Bible. Listen. 1 Peter's 1 and 10. And which salvation the prophets had inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace, which is getting something you don't deserve, 12 tribes of Israel, that should come unto you. Who? The 12 tribes of Israel. Come on. Let's prove that, because a lot of you might say the grace is to any nation. No. Who's Peter talking to? Let's go back to verse 1. Because Christianity is the worst drug that gay put upon us, man. Christians don't know the Bible. They just come up with things to be able to put themselves in there. Like that right now, they got to really go deep because we didn't realize that we the 12 tribes of Israel. Now they want to say, they taught us that we were Gentiles grafted in. You don't know who you've been grafted in among, amongst them. He didn't call them. He called us. Look who Peter's talking to. 1 Peter 1 and 1. Peter, an apostle of Ha Mashayach Yahawshi, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Elect, that's a key word right there. Elect, according to the foreknowledge of the Most High, the Father, who is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Who is the elect? Let's find out. How do you find out who the elect is? See, certain words I've given you to be able to define when you see it where? In the New Testament. So when you see it, you understand that it's talking to the Israelites, period. I don't care where you want to take me. Any of the beginning of these chapters is going to find who it's talking to as you keep reading down. Look, Isaiah 45 and 4 defines the elect of the Most High. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect. You see? So the Israelites are the elect that Peter is talking to. You see? 1 Peter 1 and 2, elect, which we just defined as the 12 tribes of Israel, Israel, mine elect, according to the foreknowledge of the Most High, the Father, who's the power of Abraham, who had a son named Isaac, who had a son named Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, who became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. And when you start talking about them 12 tribes of Israel, it's going to cancel out a lot of confusion. When you state those 12 tribes of Israel, that's who you say is the power, the foreknowledge of the Most High, the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, right? Cleaning up of our spirit unto obedience. That's what the subject is. Unto obedience. We clean up our spirit through keeping the law, such commandments of the Most High, fearing the Most High first and foremost. You better be afraid and scared of him. To do what he say do, his commandments, his laws, such commandments, his rules and regulations, to be cleaned up. Like Ha Mashayach said in John 15 and 3. He said, now you are clean through the word that I speak